Talks.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Mickey Talks. It is, I can't believe I'm saying this, Matt, episode 50.
It's funny because we had this conversation on the air. We said we're going to celebrate and go to a restaurant after our 50th episode.
Right.
And here we are.
We just so happened to be walking in and bam.
Natalie Seafood here in Fallston. We're here every Friday, but it just so worked out that we're here on we can't call this our 50th anniversary, but our 50th show.
I'm just checking to make sure we're on the air. And I want to check for sound.
That's probably a good thing to do because I've
all
screwed
good.
up I don't know how many
good.
times today getting us on the air.
We've been trying to get on the air for about 10 minutes. We apologize to everybody.
We did a whole show and then
yeah, we did about 10 minutes and then realized, crap, we're not on the air.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. It is show 50, which is, and I got a haircut today, Matt. What do you think?
See, I like your haircut. You think it's too short, though.
This up here, it's a little too short, I think.
I'm used to seeing it longer on YouTube, but it doesn't look bad.
No, but when it gets real short like that, I feel very like military.
Yeah.
And it's like
you don't give off the military vibe with the haircut.
I don't know. How about the butch lesbian look? I do look butch, don't I?
You said that to me one other day, and
I
only see it when you say it.
Yeah, but it's really true, isn't it?
Only when you say it.
What if I looked at you and went like this? Hey, I want you to meet my girlfriend, Crystal. Like, would that make it more legit? Yeah, you into Jeeps? I'm really into Jeeps as well, dude. Yeah, I like Jeeps. My favorite football team's the Eagles. You ever seen that girl online? We got to play that video. Oh, my God, Monday. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
It's a woman who I think likes women. Short hair, kind of, stocky.
Yeah.
And her team scores, and she's like, yeah, let's go. Let's freaking go. It's such a dude thing.
There are straight women that act like that now, though.
Not like this.
No? All right.
It's the manliest lady I've ever seen. But, yeah, there are crazy girls, too. But, I don't know, man. You've been talking about doing something.
I know. So my problem is, this conversation that we're having right here drives my wife nuts.
Why?
Because we've had it so many times.
Now, let me ask you some questions about where your wife stands.
All right.
First of all, your wife is gorgeous. So
thank you. Very lucky man.
That's a lot of pressure on you to
Very
look
lucky
good
man.
too, right?
Yeah.
However, does she like your hair long?
She does. And
does she want you to keep it long?
She doesn't want me to like buzz cut it. She likes it, I would say, longish.
Yeah.
I would say
it's like, is this too short for her?
I'd say maybe a little bit
longer,
more length than what you have.
Yeah.
But I want to go shorter for sure. I want to get it cut short.
Yeah.
Problem is, I suck at picking out haircuts.
Well, I happen to be really good at it, Matt. For real. Like I've said this, I don't know if I said it on the show a long time ago. I said it earlier when we weren't on the air and thought we were. I'm actually I'm into like that. Like it's very ladylike of me or gay or whatever you want to call it. But I like fashion. I like looking at people and being like, I know how to make you look good.
Well, tell me,
weird.
See, here's the thing too.
Yeah.
I need something low maintenance.
Well, look, this is as low maintenance as it gets. I think you should kind of shag something.
Yeah?
Yeah, just something that can be messy and still look good.
What do you got? I mean,
now I got to be honest with you. So you are receding a little bit, right? I'm starting to here, right? I get it. So you got to be careful that you don't have that widow's peak if you go too short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You look like that Eddie Munster look. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would
Count Dracula.
Yeah, exactly.
You do the show with Dracula.
So true. So what I would do, bro, if I was you, I would just kind of wear it like messy and just let a little bit of the top fall.
I like messy. I like longish. But I just got to figure out the cut because I want to all the way short in the back.
Yeah, look, this is what I would say to you. First of all, and then get permission before you do it from the missus. You know what I mean?
I don't know if she's going to allow me to have that conversation with her.
Will she come on the show audio?
She's going to be here tonight at the restaurant at some point. I don't think she's going to come on the show, though.
No.
My daughter will. My wife doesn't want anything to do with the camera and the microphones. But the daughter would be great, but she's not the one I need input. Well,
right.
I do want her input, but
yeah, but you need the wife's approval, dude.
Yeah.
Because listen, here's what happens sometimes. we're not young anymore, right? So, and your wife, like I said, is gorgeous. So she still looks good. She wants her husband to look good as well, right? You're a pretty lady. You don't want to walk around with some hobo like you and I if we don't take care of ourselves.
It's some good pressure, man.
Yeah. So that's why what does she want you to do?
I think she likes longish on me. I don't know what that means exactly, but she doesn't want it buzzed. She doesn't want it super short.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that is.
Well, she wants a little bit of the rock star she fell in love with. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
When I go to, and I'll see haircuts, I'll be like, that's a cool haircut.
Right.
But it's not going to look good on my face.
You got to find some haircuts. Here's what we'll do.
Who knows how to tell what's good for your head?
Listen, this might be the gayest moment we've ever had on the show. What I'm about to say to you.
Yeah, okay.
I need you to just start sending me pictures of haircuts you like. I'll tell you whether or not you should.
I will.
Whether or not you should. And I want you to text them to me like this. Hey, hon, what do you think?
All right, man. This is gonna happen.
I don't know if anybody watching.
You're
this
gonna be late in bed at night with your lady, and you're gonna get a phone call. She's like, "Who's texting you at midnight?"
Oh my God!
You're like, it's Matt. Hold on, he's talking.
Hold on.
I gotta find a good haircut for him.
Excuse me. Matt sent me a photo. This is serious to him. I need to be there. Oh my God. I don't know if we're by the way, that break right there, that little bit, that's getting cut up Monday and going out. That's hilarious. I don't even know if people think this is funny. I can't read comments.
I don't know either.
Yeah, but that was killing me.
Funny to me though.
All right, let's get into the show. Brought to us by Barnes Paving, BARNES paving.com. You want to talk about the best in the business. They're incredible. Give them a call, 443-243-3710. By the way, next Friday, I'm trying to get Doug or his wife here, like to be a guest for us.
Oh, that would be great.
It's the least we could freaking do.
I've never met them, but I would love to meet them.
Oh my God,
thank them in person.
They're incredible. But he's I don't know. He's a good dude, man. But somebody's got to come on.
Maybe we'll find a crack around here, man. We'll pay for them to come out here.
Pave it up.
Yeah.
Give them a call, please. 443-243-3710. Barnes Paving. I'm telling you, without them, we're done. So thank you, Barnes Paving. Matt, you want to get right into it? Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. We've been moving it up front so that we can just have fun the whole show. This is That's the Facts, Matt, brought to you as well by Barnes Paving. And once again, we are here at the awesome Natalie Seafood Kitchen in Fallston, here every Friday. We are undercover this week. Last week, we were over on the other side, or 2 weeks ago, when we were here on the other side. Remember, we got poured like a hurricane.
We got a roof here, which is nice.
Yeah.
And a great view. So.
And what you see behind us, let me get out of the way, Tiki Bar, seats about, 75. Then you can put another 100 around it. Then there's a restaurant inside. It's just a great place right here in Fallston.
Another little stage over there where there's a guy playing acoustic guitar right now.
You know what I said last time? Mike Kelly walking up. What's up, brother? One time I was here and I looked around. I was like, this could be a bar in Ocean City. It's got that kind of vibe.
Absolutely. Or somewhere in the Caribbean.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. This is That's the Facts, Matt.
Let's talk about Diddy Day 12. They had an anonymous witness on Day 12 that they called Mia. Mia recalled her time working for Diddy as chaotic and toxic. The highs were really high, she said, and the lows were really low. Just a few months into the job, Mia said Diddy raped her the night of his 40th birthday. Yeah.
God.
She told the jury, quote, human resources was only around when Puff wanted to call HR to punish you. HR was not there to protect you. This was way before Me Too. Mia rented an apartment in New York City, but often stayed in Diddy's homes. His house rules included no locks, no doors. One night she awoke to Diddy on top of her, sexually assaulted her, and forced her into sex. She said, I was going to die with this. I didn't want anyone to know. And she said under oath that Diddy gave her drugs to join his so-called breakfast club. This was a close circle of friends that partied through breakfast. It was like a cool kids club, she said. Mia claimed that Diddy was on drugs during an appearance on Chelsea Handler's TV talk show, and another time he was high at a board meeting.
You know, man, hearing these day after day now, listening to this case and the other cases we've heard where women have just been, you know, I just, to any woman out there, the answer is always go straight to somebody. If it happens to you,
I'm sure
we
it's complicated.
promise you, you have, I can't speak for a woman, but what I'm trying to say is no one is going to judge you ever. We're going to want to help. So don't feel shame. Don't feel, I know you're going to, but it's okay. Those feelings are natural. This is just, I mean, it's getting to a point where you
think
just
about
start
what
to
you would
hate.
want your daughter or some loving female in your life. You would want the advice you would give them if they came home and told you this happened to them.
I mean, I literally can say I have never in my life forced myself sexually in any way,
of course,
onto a woman.
I don't know if we know a person.
I don't even think, I'm not kidding you. If that situation was like really happening and somebody's screaming no, I don't understand how a man can actually perform.
I mean, I think it's a sick power thing, unfortunately.
But that's, the fact that can sexually arouse you.
Listen, I hear you, right?
It's gross, man.
It is gross.
Yeah, I hope. Listen, fuck P. Diddy, and it's just this is when people go, okay, Joe. When you hear 12 days of this, shouldn't the judge just be able to go, okay, defense, anything you want to say to change my mind? And I know that everybody's going to come at me right now with legal shit. I'm talking metaphorically. You know that judge wishes he could just stop it, put him in front of a firing squad, and it's over.
Well, here's the thing. Like you said, we've heard 12 days of testimony. Every little story is something that could put him away for life on. You know,
it's like
it's all.
But it's been 12 days of those.
It's multiple assaults. It's multiple sexual assault. I mean, each one of these things on its own could be its own trial.
You know what drives me crazy? Think about how many men there are in the world like this every day. Like, I hope nobody finds out. Like, that live with this. That's who they are.
Well, I don't. It doesn't seem to me like the guy had a problem living with any of this.
Well, I think in his world, when you become a sociopath like that and a megalomaniac, you have no perception of reality. You really think you are a god. You are important. That there aren't people that will look at you and say, go fuck yourself, dude. You're going to jail for 50 years.
Yeah, he had money and fame protecting him.
Right, yeah. I mean, when you have that kind of power over influence, man, it takes real courage to bring those people down because they annihilate a lot of people on that exit plan, man.
Well, look, there's egos that people in his position will have, and then what he did goes way beyond that.
Dude, that's megalomania. That's a serious mental illness. But not one that I feel sad for. I have no.
Not my
bride's here. How's it going, everybody?
You got to go?
Yeah, I think so.
Along the same lines, unfortunately, Russell Brand pleading not guilty to rape charges. He was in court today and pleaded not guilty on charges of rape, indecent assault, and sexual assault involving 4 women. The 49-year-old responded not guilty to each charge as they were read aloud. He did not speak to reporters outside the courtroom. Prosecutors say the accusations include an alleged rape at a hotel during a political conference and multiple incidents involving women he met through his work in TV and radio. These alleged incidents date back more than 2 decades, between 1999 and 2005. He's denied everything.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to say something. I'm going to preface it with this. I don't know the truth. I do not know. And I don't doubt anyone, including him, yet.
You got to give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
However, what I'm going to say is this. Russell Brand, in the last 10 years, has been very forthright about his sex addiction, his crazy drug-fueled addiction, his alcohol, like the mental illness, the bipolar. He came clean with everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I'm not making excuses, but I don't think he's the same kind of savage that P. Diddy is. Do you see a difference? Or maybe I'm wrong, and I have empathy for a guy that I don't know what I don't know. It's
I mean, some of the crimes are certainly the same. The extent to which Diddy took this
yeah.
is well beyond what
Yeah,
he
it was
did,
almost like slavery.
but
with
it's
Diddy.
no better. You can't.
No, you're right. And
there's
if
no
it's
good
true,
of
fuck
any of
Russell
it.
Brand, you
Well,
know.
right.
And it's a shame because that guy, Russell Brand, you ever listen to him speak?
Yeah, I'm not a big Russell Brand
I'm-
fan,
listen,
honestly.
I think he's out there, but I
can handle about 30 seconds. I'm like, whoa,
yeah.
too much.
I've seen interviews with him at great length where he's calmer and he's just being more of an intellect. The guy is brilliant, man. Like crazy mind. But like I said, if he did that, fuck him. I mean,
Agreed.
God, man.
Well, I don't know if you heard this, man, but the FBI is soon going to release video, they claim, that proves that Jeffrey Epstein was not murdered. They're saying it's clear as day. FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino promised Thursday to release new video that finally debunks conspiracy theories that sex predator Jeffrey Epstein could have been murdered, insisting no one was there but him at the time of his jail cell suicide. He said there's clear as day video. He said he's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it. There's video when you look at the video. And we will release it. He said, we're working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced vision of this, and we will give the original so you don't have to think there are any shenanigans. So he says, I say to people of the time, if you have a tip, let us know, but there's no DNA, there's no audio, there's no fingerprints, there's no suspects, there's no accomplices, there's no tips, there's nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to see it.
Wait a minute. He's saying Epstein did kill himself?
He's saying that it was a suicide. Yeah.
Wow.
Because there was, you remember all that, the evidence of the people conveniently fell asleep. The cameras weren't working.
I'll tell you what sucks now.
Yeah.
I don't trust anything because of AI.
Well,
I don't trust anything. Video and evidence
something to
anymore.
Think about too.
I don't trust. I watch some things online and I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then at the end, they're like, if you want an AI experience. And I'm like, what the hell? It looks so real.
Well, on top of all that, what you're saying, which is definitely understandable, that's something to think about. But if it was somebody like the CIA who's able to create these assassinations without having any trail,
right?
I mean, you've got the CIA on top of AI. I mean, it's like, who knows what's going on?
Here's the other thing about the Epstein
people
thing.
that are worried about what that man was going to say.
Either way, I'm really happy. If he killed himself or they killed him, I could care less. Other than they're protecting somebody, but they'll get caught eventually anyway.
Part of what they said was they claimed that weeks before he actually killed himself, he tried to commit suicide.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, look, oh my God. I mean, if that guy was alive, they would have tortured him and killed him. Like he knew he could have hung the world.
I think he knew what his fate was ultimately going to be.
Right.
I think
Why
he
not
lived
take it
his
in your
life
own hands
to what he thought was the fullest.
Yep.
And knew that his demise would have been either suicide or some kind of contract killing.
Yep.
Who knows if he would have actually talked had he been alive and been put on the stand.
Yeah, no, I don't know either. It's crazy.
Or would he have just said, screw it, I'm going to die anyway. I'm going to tell everything. I mean, what would you do if you were in that position?
I can't even imagine.
You knew you were going to die. Would you rat out all those people, or would you go to the grave with it?
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No, and I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't. Because of the innocent people that would suffer under his name.
Who are the innocent people?
His family, not him, but whoever you're ratting out. If they didn't know that their father was, hear me out. Someone. Okay. Say a guy, he's a senator, and by the way, I'm making all this up. I don't have anybody in mind.
Yeah.
A guy, there's a senator, and he went to this island, and he was terrible, and he had sex with underage girls. But he raised 4 of his own daughters. They're wonderful girls. They've all married great men. They're educated. They have beautiful families. This guy's now 70 years old, and I come out and tell you, no, this guy was a pedophile. He did this and that. I just feel like if they're dead or at the end of their life, maybe I would go and say to the guy, hey, look, you got 2 choices. Kill yourself or I'm ratting you out. I don't know.
There's so many people, but
I feel like I was I would set such a fire by doing that would just burn for generations.
Don't you think we need that fire, man?
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying? The generations under that name that would burn. Imagine your name's
I hear what you're saying, and I know there would
Epstein.
be certain people that would hate people because their name was Epstein, but
No, you're probably
we're intelligent
right in the
people,
right?
And I'm not going to hate his daughter or I don't know.
But the shame you live with, and then that's generational. Look, fuck them. Anybody doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I just wish I don't even know why they get jury trials.
I just wish we would find out what's actually going on. They were talking about releasing all that information, the FBI.
Yeah.
And what we essentially got what we already knew. They didn't release a whole lot of new stuff except for a couple more names that were on Jeffrey Epstein's flight list.
Yeah. No, I
we
don't
get any new info, and supposedly there's more coming.
Yeah.
But nothing. We haven't seen
I think they're
anything
making
yet.
deals.
Mm.
I think there's political
Or people
on
getting
there.
threatened, maybe.
Yeah,
or,
I think there's massive things happening right now.
It sounds like it's the most
All right.
powerful people in the world. We know one of them is a prince.
We sound like we're on Rumble right now, talking political. Let's get off this. What else we got, buddy?
All right, let's talk about Russia.
Yeah, why not?
Russia's new plasma engine could reach Mars in 30 days.
Elon
it's
Musk is
nuclear
going
powered.
to have it.
I sure hope so, man. It sounds like a space race is on. Russian scientists have unveiled a revolutionary plasma engine that could drastically reduce the time it takes to reach Mars from the usual 7 months to just 30 days.
That's ridiculous. I don't know the math on that. Like
20 times faster than traditional
20
rockets.
times.
Yeah. Which you know, if you're an astronaut.
Can the human body handle that G-force?
That's a good question because you're right. It's a lot faster. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know if space, the G-force, is there one? I don't even know. This is where we need that. What's that dude's name? The black guy, the really smart black guy?
Evan Woodard?
No.
Oh, I think you're talking about Evan that was with us.
No, the scientist. Neil deGrasse
Neil
Tyson.
deGrasse Tyson. Yeah.
But I heard him explain one time about the differences. You can do the same thing on Earth, but if you're out of the Earth's atmosphere and try to do the same things, you can't do it.
Right.
And that was just like, what? And it was like mechanical things.
Like you can't burp in space.
Right.
There's no fire in space.
Right.
You can't have explosions.
Right. Right.
So here's the other thing, though. I mean, that would be miraculous for the astronauts because part of the problem sending people to Mars on a 7-month trip is just the psychological.
Oh, my God.
Effects that it would have and physical, but psychologically you're in blackness for 7 months. You're in a small confined area with the same people.
7 months.
It's going to mess with your sleep.
I'm in the bathroom a half hour. I want to kill somebody. Trust me.
Communication with Earth becomes sometimes hours. So you say hello Earth, and then an hour later they get it.
Hi.
And an hour later you get 2 hours later essentially you get their response. So that takes a toll on your mind. And then just the physical effects it has on your body and the radiation. So to cut that in not even, what am I saying, in half? To cut it back to a seventh of the time is amazing.
It's just wild, man. That's insane to me. If Russia gets there first, they can have Mars, by the way. Do you care?
I mean, I care that humans get there fast, but it does worry me. That if Russia would get there first.
It doesn't worry me.
No?
No, because I'm going to tell you why. By the time we need Mars, we're not going to be a planet of countries anymore.
Well, you're right. We're probably going to need to be a world government.
Did you hear that banging?
Somebody's home.
Come in.
I don't know if our listeners can hear that.
Banging on the wall. That's hilarious.
It's Jason.
Yeah, Jason Heiser.
What's up, buddy?
You playing tonight? All right.
Very cool. We're going to have to talk to him.
Yeah, we'll get him in here. We got to get him before he starts drinking. Oh, my goodness. But what else? Anything else?
Yeah. So physicists have confirmed that time mirrors are a thing.
Time mirrors?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Physicists in New York have pulled off what sounds like a page ripped from a sci-fi script. They've confirmed that time mirrors, a trippy phenomenon where waves literally reverse in time, are real. They did this experiment at the Advanced Science Research Center at CUNY involving tinkering with a futuristic metamaterial. It's a strip of metal embedded with electronic components, and when they juice it up with the right burst of energy, the setup causes an electromagnetic wave to do the impossible, which is to flip the direction of time. It's like pressing undo on the universe.
That's creepy. Yeah. I don't even want to hear more about it. That what?
Yeah, time is not a line, it's a wave, and we are apparently learning to surf this wave.
I'm going to tell Matt.
Yeah.
AI is going to accelerate us into the future. What would have taken without it, I think, thousands of years.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Yeah.
If we had to use the human brain.
Right.
You understand?
Well, I mean, I feel like this is.
Are we ready for that?
We're using alien technology.
We
right
are
now.
using alien technology.
And I think it might be actual alien technology.
I don't know, but I've said my whole life, and anybody that's followed my career knows, I've said that UFOs and aliens are 100% real. We've learned so much from them. I think they're watching us and waiting for us to get it right with each other.
Yeah.
And then we're all going to join up, and we're going to learn a bunch of really cool shit. That's what I think. I probably won't see it in my lifetime because these idiots keep fucking it up.
I don't know, man. You're going to have to get yourself cryo frozen so you can be revived.
I don't even want to do that. Would
No,
you do it?
I don't want to do that either. No.
The whole idea of just, if I could do it right now.
To be the first generation of the guys who are taken out of cryogenic freeze
I don't want
and
to
they
be,
put you back together.
Yeah, I'm not Gen 1. But no, there are dudes frozen. Walt Disney.
And then you're basically a walking vegetable.
You know that though, right? Walt Disney's
You would be
frozen.
the guy like cleaning somebody's toilets.
Yeah, they'd thaw me out.
You'd be somebody's slave.
Yeah,
you know?
I would.
Yeah, yeah.
But did you know Walt Disney's frozen? I think.
Is that right?
I
thought the first guy was a guy in the late 60s.
Or maybe
he was a rich guy.
his head is frozen.
I think you're right.
Yeah, let me look that up real quick.
There's a place in Phoenix, Arizona, though, where I think the first cryo place existed.
Is Walt Disney frozen?
It was in the late 60s.
No. He was cremated. Had it backwards.
But
I thought they froze him. What they did was melt them.
There is somebody
that
had their head frozen. I can't think of who that is.
John Wayne. I thought it was somebody famous.
It is somebody famous.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I wish we could read the comments.
But there is somebody famous.
Yeah. What else we got?
So, Mick, do you know how to spell éclaircissement?
Say it again.
Can you spell éclaircissement?
Éclaircissement.
Yeah.
Tell me what it is.
You want to know the definition?
We're like, what? Yeah.
It means a clearing up of something obscure.
Éclaircissement.
Éclaircissement.
Okay. Éclaircissement. A-C-L-E. No, way off.
Try it again.
Okay, hold on. Say it one more time.
Éclaircissement.
Éclaircissement. A-C-L. Nope, I'm out.
You failed. A 13-year-old just beat you in the spelling bee.
Oh, I knew it.
His name is Faizan Zaki.
I'm so sick of these Americans winning all these damn.
He's not an American, man.
He wasn't?
No, I think he looked like he was kind of Indian descent, maybe.
But I think he's still an American citizen.
Well, true.
That was the joke, Matt.
All right, I'll see myself out, man.
That I know it was a good joke. I thought of it yesterday when I read the story. I go, I'm sick of all these Americans winning. Because every time they win, it's like an Indian American or whatever. I never use the hyphens. I think that's the worst thing this country could do. They're Americans, right?
Right.
But whatever it is, the Middle Eastern kids and the Asian kids, they're incredible. I give them credit, man.
I agree.
I don't think that's a stereotype or racial either.
No.
I'm saying I'd recognize them as Americans.
Right. And they
I'm
stereotype them as like these nerds. But even within that brilliant, intelligent culture, there's this hierarchy of bullying within that. You know that?
Of course. Did you ever see
the smart kids bully the less smart genius kids?
Have you ever seen the movie Bad Words with Justin Bateman?
I don't think so.
Everybody watching this, it's one of the funniest movies, genuine comedy, adult comedy I have ever seen. He, as a grown man, finds a loophole and he enters the spelling bee. And he qualifies for the national
I think I have seen this. Yeah.
It's the funniest movie you could imagine.
Yeah.
That movie kills me. Oh, I love it.
I love it too. All right, let's do a couple more here. We were going to talk about this yesterday, Mick.
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney is selling her bathwater.
What?
She's teamed up with natural soap brand Dr. Squatch.
They're the ones that made the Dr. Squatch did the like body wash for men.
I think it's a men's product.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
They're releasing a limited edition bar called Sydney's Bathwater Bliss, made with water from her own bath. According to page 6, the idea originated from a playful commercial where Sweeney, lounging in a bubble bath, addressed the dirty little boys and teased, "Are you interested in my body wash?" She said, "Well, you can't have it because this isn't for boys, it's for men." Fans jokingly asked if the bathwater came with the soap, prompting the brand to incorporate actual water from the chute into the product. The soap features ingredients like exfoliating sand, pine bark extract,
Yeah, who cares?
and a forest-inspired scent.
Yeah, nobody cares.
And her bathwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever hear that joke? I drink her bathwater.
Yeah, right,
Man.
right.
Yeah, good luck. Would you drink any woman's bathwater?
No. I mean, you're basically getting a bacteria-filled piece of soap.
What would you like to drink, sir? E. coli, please.
All right, one more, Mick.
Yeah.
These hikers on mushrooms called
like
911 to report a dead friend who is still alive. In upstate New York, near Lake Placid, is Cascade Mountain. That's where some hikers thought it would be a great idea to go hiking, enjoy some nature, and accentuate the experience with the help of some magic mushrooms. That road trip ended up a bad trip, however, when they called 911 to report to authorities that one of their friends was dead.
Oh, my God.
So the park ranger comes out, and he was like, "Are you guys all right?" It was apparently very apparent that they were in an altered mental state. And he asked them where the friend was, so they called the friend over, and he was obviously still alive.
That's hilarious.
They got taken away by ambulance and introduced to the friendly representatives of the New York State Police.
Yeah, I can't imagine they were very adversarial at that point. You know what I mean?
No.
You're tripping, dude.
No, they probably never wanted to do that ever again, I'm sure.
Ever,
at that point.
ever. Real quick, I want to take a moment. We didn't get a chance to yesterday or the day before. If you're watching on Facebook, there's a lady on there, Andrea Carey.
Oh,
Drea,
I should have brought this stuff so I could show people.
But she made us care packages for Matt and I. And she is the sweetest, kindest soul I know. And Matt, I mean, you got yours yesterday.
I did. Andrea, thank you. Absolutely amazing.
A T-shirt,
the
coffee
first merch. She will go on record as the first merch ever from Mickey Talks.
By the way, Monday or Tuesday, our store will be online. People can buy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. So we're going to have our own T-shirts,
hats, and I think it's T-shirts and hat in the beginning, and then we're going to add hoodies and other stuff.
Do we know where it's going to be available yet?
Online.
Do we know where?
We'll tell everybody where to go. I got to put the link up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm really, really excited about it. Really excited.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
But Andrea, the stuff you created for us is amazing.
Incredible.
She gave us a shirt, a pen, a cup, a mug. There was a coaster, which is on my That's the Facts Matt desk.
Mickey Talks stickers. Just the sweetest.
So we appreciate
we love you. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, something I want to tell you about. So Carlin, my son, graduated last night.
Yeah.
And it was very overwhelming for me. He's my youngest son. He's my youngest kid. And when you watch it, there was a sincerity in my emotion of like, wow, life is unbelievable when you think, because nobody really knows what you're doing when you're told you're going to be a parent. You don't know.
Yeah.
You just try to get them through life till they can take care of themselves, right? But last night you're like, wow, that's a really cool moment, you know? And it was really nice. And I want to share this on this show. And I don't really talk about this anywhere in my life.
Yeah.
But his mother, my ex-wife, and her husband, Chad, who I want to say, is an unbelievable guy. He's been incredible to my kids and just a great man. He's got his own boys. They're great. But last night I felt very comfortable, like in that whole situation. It felt really nice. And you always hear bad stories, but you never hear good ones.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that. And I think the most thing it is a testament to my kids.
That's the best thing for the kids too.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it was nice, man. And just wanted to congratulate the Bel Air class of 2025. And way to go. They're valedictorian. Great. Wait, there was co-valedictorians. And I must say, the principal of the school, I don't often laugh at those guys because they're cheesy.
Yeah.
They got to be.
Yeah.
But he said something really funny. He brought them both up. And he said, I looked up all the rules. And when you have a tie, we are going by Article 6, line 42, where the two will come on stage and play rock, paper, scissors. Right? And it was just genuinely funny, right? Because you know it was bullshit, but it was so funny. But this was a great ceremony. All the kids that spoke were just absolutely brilliant. Like, I felt good again. Like, wow, maybe there is a generation coming around that understands there's some serious issues they need to address, you know?
That's great, man. And like you said, it had to be extra emotional for you, this being your youngest kid graduating. Could you I mean, it's got to be emotional every single child.
Yeah.
I haven't had it yet.
I mean, I think the weirdest thing is just like there is when you're a parent, when your child or your final child, if you only have one, when your child, if you have more, when your final child graduates high school, there's like a sense of like, whew, okay, all right, everything else from here out, I'm going to help, but he did it, you know, or she did it.
Sure.
And it's, you know, it was great. I never did it. I regret that very much. So, I managed to succeed without it in some ways, but I wished I had. I often wished I'd have went to college too, but life is life. But my kids, like, it was just great. And anybody with graduating kids, you know what I'm talking about. This is the season right now. So I just wanted to congratulate all the seniors this year. Mine happened to be at Bel Air. So way to go, Carr. I'm really proud of you, buddy.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah,
Congrats.
Fun.
Yeah.
Let's get into the music minute. You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I'm going to look around.
Brought to us by Natalie's, right?
Yeah, right here. Natalie's Seafood Kitchen. As you can see, packed already. And it's really, I got to tell you, you know how when you go somewhere and you say to yourself, man, I really like this. It's like a vibe.
Yeah.
The vibe here, it's just a vibe. I don't know how to do
laid back.
it.
There's a guy, I don't know if they can hear it, but there's a guy playing
in the background.
Cool acoustic tunes here.
He's really good too.
There's always great musicians here. I mean, they
Who's
do
here
a really
tonight?
good
Chesapeake
job.
Suns?
Chesapeake Suns.
Yeah, they're here tonight.
We should try to see if we can snag Jason over here to talk to us for a little bit.
You know what, though? Let's not. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love him. Let's do it.
Music news brought to you by Natalie's in Fallston.
Here we go.
Killer seafood.
Incredible.
And we're here every Friday, of course. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, Sunday, June 1st.
Right.
Special day for Ronnie Wood and the Rolling Stones in two ways. First off, it's his 78th birthday. And second, it was 50 years ago, Sunday, June 1st, 1975, that he did his very first concert as a member of the Rolling Stones. That was at LSU Assembly Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They did two shows that day, playing 22 songs at each.
I saw an interview with Keith Richards today.
Did you?
Yeah, talking about it. And they said, how do you feel that, you know, Ronnie's turning, what's it, 76?
78. Yeah.
And Keith Richards said, so it was good to hear from Keith again.
Yeah, that's a great quote from him, man. It is.
He's pretty consistent.
Prior to the Stones, he was the bass player in the Jeff Beck group. And then the guitarist in the Faces, who is getting back together.
They're getting back together with Rod?
Yeah, he's going to sit in with Rod at the Glastonbury Festival on June 29th.
Oh, you don't understand. Like,
I think they're going to do an album.
Dude, I love Faces. I mean, some of those songs are just Stay With Me.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I freaking,
So we might
hear something new. Ooh La La?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
Like, the thing I like a lot about that, there's a lot of Celtic roots in that music. A lot of that Scottish, Irish sort of storytelling, strumming. Yeah. I love it. Huge fan. I love Ronnie Wood. He was always my favorite Rolling Stone. He's just so cool, man.
Yeah.
To walk into a band and know you're walking in to the Rolling Stones. It's like you walk into Led Zeppelin. They're right there. The Beatles.
They didn't make him an official member until it was like the 90s or something.
Yeah.
He was just their
20
touring
30
guy.
years or something.
Yeah.
But he made million. I mean, he was treated well.
I'm sure he's doing just fine.
Yeah, and they made him a real partner or whatever, and he should have been. But huge fan. I love the Stones. Are you a Stones fan?
You know what? I became more of a Stones fan when I got older.
Yeah.
When I was growing up,
not
really.
When I was young,
when I got older. I appreciate them.
I have a cousin, Marie Francis, who is probably we should have her on one day to talk music. I mean, she is just like a classic rock encyclopedia. And she turned me on to all this stuff when I was a kid. And I mean, the Stones, the T-Rex.
And this was who to you?
My cousin.
Oh, your cousin.
Yeah, my cousin.
Okay,
yeah, it's just amazing. And we got to get her up one. I love the Stones, man. Love
do
them.
that. Well, ZZ Top got their beard back. ZZ Top drummer Frank Beard rejoining the tour this Sunday in Victoria, British Columbia, after being sidelined for 2.5 months due to foot and ankle issues. Billy Gibbons, very happy that he's back with Elwood. Beard, who's also a man of few words, said it's good to be back. See you there. It was their longtime drum tech, John Douglas, who filled in.
Are you a big ZZ Top fan?
Same deal. I think as I grew older, I appreciated them
Tell
even
me
more.
if you get this joke then. They told him he could come back and asked him what he wanted. And he said, I'm not asking for much. Just want some touch. I couldn't look at the camera when I said it. I'm so ashamed of that joke. Oh, my God. I can't even look. God.
But I love the guys now. Had a chance to interview the entire band.
At Preakness?
No, this was when I was at Sirius XM.
Oh, cool. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So this is crazy. But Dave Mustaine claims that Metallica stole the riff for their biggest hit.
This. Yeah.
Yeah.
You buy it?
It's not a new allegation. Have you heard it?
No. Is it spot on?
Dave Mustaine brought it up again in a recent interview, and he said he retains he talking about all his writing credits too.
Yeah.
But he's saying anybody that thinks that, it's a lie, he suggests fans look up a 1989 song called Tapping into the Emotional Void by the band Excel.
Now, did you know that band back in the day?
Not at all.
Okay.
No, but I looked them up today.
Is it spot on?
I mean, it's not spot on, but it's
close.
It's Enter Sandman, dude.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, in comedy, a lot of times you have parallel thinking, because you're thinking about current events and it's simple.
Right.
Music, I can see it happening like in the older days because a lot of that stuff.
If
you listen to the whole Beach Boys album, it's Chuck Berry songs with different lyrics. I mean, Surfing USA is Johnny Be Good. I mean, it's the same song.
I wish that we were in the studio right now because we could actually play it and listen to it.
I know.
And we should do that on Monday, just for the heck of it.
Yeah, we will. We'll come back to that.
But you're right. It happens a lot in music. I mean, how many times is Led Zeppelin? I mean, their biggest song for Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
They were accused by Spirit. And man, I don't know what you think. I love Zeppelin too.
Right.
So this isn't a knock against Led Zeppelin. I don't know what happened.
Well,
but that Spirit song.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I don't know.
Sounds like Stairway to Heaven to me.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. But didn't Jimmy say, didn't they settle it?
I forget what happened. They were definitely in court, I feel like a couple of times. But the story was that I think Spirit gave Jimmy Page the demo tape of that song. Yeah. And then all of a sudden
they did it.
Yeah. Right. Zeppelin 4 features.
Yeah. I think also what's cool is that when you write something grandiose like Stairway to Heaven and you've ripped somebody off, clearly you have to know what's coming, right? I mean,
yeah.
Don't you?
Well, I mean, look at all the old blues songs that they did too. They finally, I think, settled up with a lot of those guys as well.
That's a big reason I love the Beatles so much.
Yeah.
You don't hear it much from the Beatles, man.
Yeah. Were they ever accused of?
Not to my knowledge.
I don't think so either. Here's Jason, man.
Yeah. Jason, come here and say hi real quick. Huh? Our show. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The Mickey Show. Come over. I wish we had another mic, but
here, sit down.
Sit down.
How are you?
You handsome man.
How are you? Hold that. I gotta hug Matt.
Yeah, go ahead and hug him. Take all the time you want. Jason Heiser,
Hey.
What's up, buddy? You're one of the best, dude. Drummer for so many bands. I mean, obviously,
Charm City Devils.
well, I'm getting ready to say, you're now the drummer in Child's Play when John's out front.
Right.
You're in Charm City Devils, Stone Horses.
Yes.
You go to how many bands?
And this band tonight's Chesapeake Suns.
Yeah, man. What do you guys do? What do you guys play?
Like a southern rock country. I like a southern rock country style.
Yeah. Oh,
Fun.
cool.
That's
Excellent.
fun, band.
Covers or original?
Both.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And dude, you played with some of the best in town, and you're like the quietest. Like you don't bother
Yeah,
nobody.
I'm quiet.
You can walk in a room, people are like, I know that guy, but I don't know how, man. Yeah, you still love playing, man.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite band you're in?
Child's Play right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's so fun.
I
man.
told John when he was on a couple weeks ago, that was the best I saw the band at M3 in a long time,
That was
including
so fun.
Larry, everybody.
Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, you can say
That
whatever
was
you
so
want.
fucking fun.
Dude, that album, Rat Race needs a resurgence. I feel like, man.
I agree with you.
Yeah, that's a
there's some
great album,
really good
man.
songs on there. I mean,
Go ahead.
we grew up on it.
Yep,
Yeah,
we
you
did.
know?
We grew up
On it.
on it. Hell yeah, hon. You still talk to any of the Connolly boys at all? Terry and Larry?
I talked to Poogie.
Yeah, Poogie.
And Larry.
I've been trying so hard to get them on. Funk Junkies,
Yeah, that'd be great.
Larry and Terry. Just come on the show.
They'll do a reunion every now and then, right?
Yeah, they'll always come around. Hell yeah. Well, dude, look, we're getting ready to wrap up, man. We just wanted to say what's
Great
up
to
to
see
you.
you guys,
You're
man.
sitting here
Especially-
bringing stuff in. We couldn't ignore
Dude,
you.
Fletcher's, man.
I know, Matt. So you know what? You're a good one for this. Tell Matt. So many bands he helped out along the way,
Oh my God,
wasn't
yeah.
it?
Noise in the Basement. It was
Dude,
awesome.
yeah, incredible.
And then we did that Swift Holler reunion and we came on your show.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that was Poogie and Larry
Yeah,
and me. And
yeah.
I was drunk for 3 days.
As usual. Jason,
I went on 98 Rock and I was like, are we really here?
Jason, thanks, brother. Good seeing
Good to
you,
see you
man.
guys, man.
Thanks, bro.
Love
All
you.
right. Love you, buddy.
Love you, Matt.
All right, man. Thanks, buddy. You know, Matt, one of the cool things when you're like your friends, get up and get out of here. Let Matt sit down.
I had to grab my drink.
Oh, my fault. We can't interrupt that. One of the coolest parts, like, and you know this, Matt, too, when you get to know all the bands around town,
Yeah.
it's like you get to know their personalities, who they are, all that, and it's like it's really cool to watch it all unfold, watch everybody interact, and you've been a big part of that, dude. You've had a
Well,
great
it's funny,
run at
man.
that.
I ever since I was young, I was involved in that. So it was a very special thing for me for it to be so successful. Number one.
Yeah.
And I look back now on an event that should have gone 1 or 2 years, as most of those bar events do,
Right.
club events.
How long did it go?
It went over 12 years.
Wow, man.
So over a decade, and I still have people coming up to me saying I met my significant other there. I've officiated weddings of people who met at Noise in the Basement and went on to get married.
Dude.
I met my wife, at Noise in the Basement.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Well, Matt, dude, what time is it? Let's see. I want to see something.
What time is it?
Yeah, it's 6. Fridays we wrap up a little early,
Yeah.
obviously. And your wife's coming up, right?
We're going to do dinner here tonight.
Nice.
Amazing seafood if you've never been
It's
here.
going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait for it. Yeah, man. Want to remind everybody, Monday we'll be back on the air, and we're gonna do 2 things. We're gonna get into that Metallica song, and
For sure.
I really want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I have a theory about Metallica. I thought they were manufactured. I thought they ripped off a lot of bands. I go back, and I'll tell you why I say
They
that.
were very influenced by the new wave of British heavy metal.
Well,
all the bands. a
I'll
lot of
go on
European
record
bands.
as saying Wrathchild America opened for them. And then their next album, I'm just saying.
When did Wrathchild open for them? What year was that? I mean, what album was that for Metallica?
What was the one before the Black Album?
That was
That's
Justice.
Enter Sandman's the Black Album, right?
Yeah. They opened for them on Justice
I
for
think
All.
they worked together at some shows.
No kidding.
Yeah. And I think that's when Climbing the Walls was out from
yeah.
Wrathchild.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And
Yes.
I'm just saying, if you listen to those 2 bands 4 years apart, 3 years apart, Metallica makes a jump, dude. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not, listen.
I'll have to listen for that.
I don't know enough about musically, but I do know that it's a weird jump.
I love Metallica, but we're gonna put Enter Sandman in this
and can
other
I just
band
say
song.
Lars is a bad drummer?
A lot of people say that, man. I don't
When I
agree
say
with that.
he's better than me, obviously, but when you're talking about some of these metal guys, I mean, Mike Portnoy, Shannon Larkin, I mean, come on, Lars.
Yeah, but you don't need Neil Peart sitting behind the kit
No,
for
but
Metallica.
the thing with metal, though, those guys, those drummers were really overlooked in the drum world for a long time because of the music.
Yeah.
But when you really understand what those guys are playing, and some of that shit is like insane. And I just always thought, and look, I give Lars, he's the Gene Simmons of metal. That's what I've always called Lars. He is the Gene Simmons.
He was the face of that band for a
Oh,
long
no
time.
doubt.
Yeah.
Was he a big writer?
In the band? No.
Right. He just was the guy.
Well, it's funny because, you talk about
Dave
Mustaine from Megadeth claims he was ripped off by because he was their guitar player in the beginning. He thinks, and you look back at the credits on the album, he wrote songs all the way through, I think, through Master of Puppets, their first 3 albums.
Yeah.
And that's where they made their
I get it. And look,
on the
Metallica
world.
was pioneering. I'm not saying they're fakes. That's not. I'm saying they made a weird jump. And from that moment on, Metallica seemed a little bit like Kiss.
No, but Mustaine was out of the band.
No, I know.
Before the record deal happened.
I think when Mustaine left, they were left going, "Oh shit, how do we write songs?" And I think they heard Wrathchild America. I think what was that other band? What's the really cool, the Bronx band, the metal band?
Anthrax.
Yeah, Anthrax.
Well, they were part of that whole thrash scene coming up.
But Anthrax had a crunch to it that was different than metal. Anthrax grooved. Wrathchild grooved. Metallica didn't groove until Sandman. It was everything was just, you know what I mean? If I'm just saying, maybe I'm sensitive to it because I'm a drummer.
I think they're all part of the big four that all the hard rock and metal bands kind of took from.
Who's your Mount Rushmore of American metal? If you put Metallica at the top.
I mean, the big four, they always say, is Metallica, Anthrax, Megadeth, and Slayer.
Yeah, I don't put Slayer. Slayer to me that's a whole nother thing. I think they're weird, but the first three I dig,
I mean, if you look at what we have today as far as hard rock and metal,
they
all took something from those four bands.
Oh, of course.
And maybe Pantera.
Pantera's definitely in the mix.
But they came later is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Pantera came later, but them for sure, granddaddies at this point.
Yeah. I get it.
Of the sound that's out there.
Pantera's another band that kind of went a weird direction after Wrathchild America. All I'm saying
they used to be a glam metal band. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Pantera.
Yeah. Not only that, Wrathchild America, that album, Climbing the Walls.
One of my all-time favorites.
Had that album gotten handled properly, they would be a top 4 metal band.
I agree with you 100%.
So I'm really sensitive to them. And
I want them to do a reunion show, man.
Dude, they did that thing out in Frederick.
Yeah.
But the reunion show, fans have been begging and begging. I'm going to reach out to Brad.
Yeah.
Ask him to do the show.
Do something in Baltimore.
Number one. And then I'm going to really hammer him about it. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if everybody involved is good.
Shannon's a free agent now,
I know.
right?
Yeah, he retired, really, from Godsmack. But, I don't know if everybody else in the band is okay, healthy. I mean, we're not young, and they're older than us.
True.
Shannon's not, I don't think.
One night only.
Yeah, one night, one show would be incredible.
Yeah.
I would lose my mind.
I would too. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just play that album.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah, of course.
I would love that. They played that end to end.
Yeah, that's all they would need to. But I love
not that I don't like their other
what was
stuff. And Souls at Zero, which came after that.
Dude, do you remember I Ain't Drunk, I'm Just Drinking?
Yeah.
That was a great cover they did, man. They were so good. I sadly that band will go down and go away in time, and they shouldn't have. And that's
you know what? And it's the same thing with Child's Play, man. I feel the same way about those guys.
Yeah, Child's Play was a great rock band. Yeah,
they should have been.
Yeah, I agree with
here
you. I agree with you, man.
Bands in the early '90s,
because even they were a little musically, they weren't hair metal.
No,
they were
rock and roll band.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, they were street rock, leather jackets, in your face, blues riffs, cool guitar leads. Les Paul's not flying. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool stuff when I think about it. Let me ask last question before we go. Is there a piece of merchandise you want, like that we should be selling, like something different?
I'm gonna want the hoodie eventually.
Yeah, me too.
Obviously, we should do that around September, maybe.
Yeah, that's when we're gonna do it. Yeah.
But I like what we have kick it off here. We're gonna have the shirts, the hat.
Yep. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I might do a water. Oh, how about the water bottle she made us?
Water bottles is
Drea's,
amazing.
the water cooler bottle.
Yeah.
She made us. Those are amazing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you, Drea.
all right. What time is it, Matt? Yeah. It's 10 after. Everybody, this show, it's getting ready. The reason I'm wrapping up, Matt, look, have you looked? We're about to get
Sky's
killed.
starting to open up.
Yeah. So, everybody, this is the best. Natalie Seafood Kitchen in Fallston. We're here every Friday, back live in the studio Monday at 5.
See you guys Monday.
Yeah, Matt's got to turn the show off, so he walks around. Oh, one last thing. I did say it. Never mind. Merchandise will be on sale, and the link will be up Monday or Tuesday. Thanks, everybody. We love you. See you Monday. See you, everybody.